Hello, everyone, and today I am going to be ranking every single dinosaur in Carnivores Dinosaur Hunter. Yes, you heard me. We have a tier list format. We're going to be going through every single dinosaur in the game and ranking them because you guys seem to like the Carnivores videos. Before we get started, feel free to let me know in the comments who your favorite dinosaur is in Carnivores Dinosaur Hunter. Now, as you can see on the bottom row here, I don't have every single one listed because I'm not going to be ranking the Ice Age, Carnivores Ice Age dinosaurs, and then there's other versions of the game, but we're mainly focused on the main Dinosaur Hunter here. If you want to see me rank all of the animals in Carnivores Ice Age, we need to get this video to 30 likes, so if you could, before we get started, be sure to smash the like button for me, and consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. It would really help out. Now, we're going to get started here. I have all the dinosaurs listed in alphabetical order as they come on this chart. And shout outs to Dowberry42 for making this tier list. So here we go. We're just going to go down the line. And the criteria I'm ranking these on are, just what I think about the dinosaur in the game. Now, like, is it fun to hunt? Is it annoying? Whatever. What will be the criteria? Just whatever I feel like ranking them upon. So this goes from the Allosaurus all the way to the Velociraptor. They are all in alphabetical order, and they are all here. I made sure they're all here. So without further ado, let's get started. So starting off here, we have the Allosaurus. Now the Allosaurus, obviously, is one of two dinosaurs that you unlock at the start of the game. That being the Parasaurolophus and the Allosaurus. Now, when you first get the game, all you're really going to have is a pistol at your expository to use, and the Allosaurus is pretty hard to kill, although it does kill you. So you need to watch out for the Allosaurus because it is scary. But I think it's overall a pretty good dinosaur. I'm going to give it a B tier because I do enjoy hunting the Allosaurus, and it's not very annoying to kill. If you got a nice weapon like a revolver or a double-barrel shotgun or a rifle, you can take out Allosauri pretty easily. And they're worth a hefty amount of points, too. They're worth 20 points. They can score 20. Which is pretty impressive overall, in my opinion. Next up is the Amargasaurus.
The what now?
It's worth 16. It's one of the more hefty herbivores in the game, and I think it's a really nice one to kill. I enjoy hunting them. They're pretty easy to kill, and they're very fun to hunt, and they're not that big a deal to hunt, and they give a pretty good amount of points for being an herbivore. Probably one of my favorite herbivores in the game. I'm going to give Amargasaurus an A tier ranking. I think Amargasaurus is a pretty dang good. Probably the greatest herbivore in the entire game, in my opinion. Now, this game is mainly known for its carnivores, of course, but I think the Amargasaurus is very solid. I actually enjoy it more than the Allosaurus, believe it or not. Next up is the Ankylosaurus. Now, the Ankylosaurus, I don't like the Ankylosaurus at all. I'm going to be flat honest with you guys. It is one of the most annoying things to kill, especially because it's such an early game dinosaur, and when you first unlock it, really all you're going to have at your expository are a shotgun and a pistol or an X-bow, which is very hard to kill this thing because it's an herbivore, so it's going to run away from you. Unlike the Amargasaurus, which is pretty slow, the Ankylosaurus is really, really fast, and it's hard to catch, and it blends in with the ground, so it's not very fun to go after. I'm going to give the Ankylosaurus a D tier. I do not like the Ankylosaurus at all. I think it's one of the worst ones of the game. Next up is going to be the Brachiosaurus. The Brachiosaurus, for that reason, it's going to be F tier, actually. I changed my mind. It's going to be F tier. You want to know why? Because you can't kill it. That is why it's going to be F tier. You can't kill the Brachiosaurus. You can't even hunt it. So, I know you can kill it. I know there's a glitch in the game to where you can kill the Brachiosaurus, but we're just going to put it in F tier because you really can't kill it outside of glitches. and eventually, like, you resupply and stuff, you can pull up the binoculars and it'll show the Brachiosaurus is not there. Who cares? That is a glitch. I don't care. Now, the Brachiosaurus on its own, for what it is, would probably be S tier, but for the purposes of what we're doing here, Brachiosaurus is probably the worst dinosaur in the entire game because you can't even kill it. So what's the point? It's Carnivores Dinosaur Hunter, and I can't hunt Brachiosaurus. Okay. Next up is going to be the Carnotaurus. The Carnotaurus I do not like very much. It just looks really weird to me. And I think it's going to have to go in D. I don't like the Carnotaurus, okay? I know it gives you a lot of points, but there's a lot of other hefty dinosaurs late game like that, like the Gigantoraptor and the Carnotaurus, which are or the Tyrannosaurus, which are much more enjoyable to hunt than the Carnotaurus, because the Carnotaurus is a carnivore, but when you shoot at it, if it's too far away, it'll flat out run away, and it'll run at like 1,000,000 miles, and it'll run at like 1,000 miles an hour away from you, and you're basically going to have to end up chasing it down. And the only way it's going to come at you is if there's multiple. So if you shoot at one, they like to be a bunch of them at once. So you shoot at one, the other two are going to kill you. It's actually very hard to sustain kills with the Carnotaurus. That's why I don't like the Carnotaurus very much. You know, again, this is all my personal opinion. If you guys have anything different to say in the comments, let me know. But yeah, the Carnotaurus, I don't like it too much. So I'm going to put it in D tier. Next up is the Tyrannosaurus. Tyrannosaurus is S tier. I freaking love the Tyrannosaurus. Anybody that plays survival mode will know that this is one of the most satisfying dinosaurs to kill, because if you take the shotgun, you can one-shot it. I have a lot of nostalgia for this game. I played this game a lot as a kid, before they did like the update, way back when it came out, like 2010. And the Tyrannosaurus was one of the OG dinosaurs on there. It was so much fun to kill. It used to scare the crap out of me back in the day. Most of these dinosaurs, the Allosaurus did too, but the Tyrannosaurus is just so enjoyable to kill, and it's fun, and it keeps you on your toes because you can hear, like, when it's running at you, you can hear it bouncing its feet, and if you got a weak gun, you ain't got no chance to kill Tyrannosaurus. So I think the Tyrannosaurus is going to be S tier. One of my favorite dinosaurs in the entire game. Next up is the Chasmosaurus. The Chasmosaurus is not bad. I think I'm going to give him a B. He's on the... No, I'm going to give him a C. Chasmosaurus is a very mid. It's one of the mainstays in survival mode in the game. It's in almost every single level you will be facing to kill multiple Chasmosaurus. Now, it's not the Triceratops. It's Chasmosaurus in this game. It is a herbivore, but it's one of the few herbivores that will actually kill you. So if you get too close to it, it will run at you and actually kill you. Unlike the other herbivores, such as like the Amargasaurus and Ankylosaurus, which don't kill you. The Chasmosaurus, I think there's only 2 herbivores in the entire game that will kill you. Those being the Chasmosaurus and the Iguanadon, which we'll get to that here. We'll get to the Iguanodon here in a second. But Chasmosaurus is a pretty mid one. There's nothing bad about it. Nothing that really stands out to me. Next up is going to be the Coelophysis. The Coelophysis is so freaking annoying. I think I gotta put the Coelophysis is freaking annoying. I gotta put the Coelophysis in F tier, easily, hands down. I don't care what you say. The most annoying dinosaur in the entire freaking game. Okay, for those of you that don't know anything about the Coelophysis, basically they hunt in packs. So you'll pull up the game, you select the Coelophysis to hunt, you get on there, and they'll be like in groups of like 4, 5, or 6 of them. And the only way that you can take out an entire herd is you got to be on top of a mountain and hope they don't get up there. But these things are freaking agile, and they will find a way to kill you. I'm telling you right now, they will always find a way to kill you. And it's not like you can just pick one off, because by the time you kill one, you can't exit the place. The others will kill you. You run out of ammo, they're going to kill you. It is just a horrible bloodbath. I don't know why you would ever want to hunt the Coelophysis, to be honest with you. And I think they can swim too, so if you try to hide in the water, they will get you. Most of the carnivores can swim in this game, so you need to watch out. Speaking of swimming, I'm actually, the water's right there. I'm not filming this way, but there's the Sea of Cortez right there. So, dinosaurs, let's go. But I didn't film that way because the lighting sucks, but we got the Sea of Cortez backdrop here. I'm at a resort here in Mexico, so very interesting. We got the Sea of Cortez in the backdrop here. How appropriate for the tropical dinosaurs here. All right, next up we have the Dimetron. The Dimetron is going to have to go. I don't hate him that much. You have those dinosaurs in the game. There's a good amount of them that are just there that you aren't able to hunt, that are just there as just, to keep the game alive. There's more creatures in the game besides just what you're hunting. And the Dimetron's a really interesting one. I'm going to throw Dimetron in C just because of that. There's nothing bad about Dimetron. I don't think he's too bad. But I got nostalgia towards these guys, but Dimetron a little bit less than Mozchops. Mozchops is S. We're just gonna go ahead and just go with Mozchops right now. Mozchops is an S tier. All right, we everybody needs to love Mozchops. Look at him; he is absolutely extraordinary. And I used to play this game with my grandma back when I was a kid, and we always used to make fun of Mozchops, call him the sausage. So Mozchops is easily S tier, while Dimetron's in C. Dimetron and Mozchops, you don't get any points for, but they're just kind of there to hunt if you really want to. So they're always hold a special place in my heart for that. I like them. And the fact that Dimetron is ranking higher than some of these other ones is pretty sad. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the Dimorphodon. The Dimorphodon is another one of those that you can't hunt. However, it will give you 1 point if you kill it. 1 point. And you know what? Dimorphodon is going in F tier because the flying. And we can also put the Pteranodon in the same tier. Pteranodon and Dimorphodon are basically the same thing. They both give you 1 point if you kill them. They are very difficult to kill, so they're really not worth. You can typically one-shot them. They're not worth going after, especially if you're going after hunting a big dinosaur. There's no point going after them. They only give you 1 point, and when you try to hunt them, you got to raise your camera to the sky and hope you shoot them down, and you're going to end up wasting way more bullets than you need to. And then you're going to run out of ammo for only 1 point. To me, that's not worth it. They're nice to just see, but hunting them is not fun, and I don't recommend doing it. You can't hunt them. You just have to shoot them. They're not worth shooting. The only time I would ever see you want to kill a Pteranodon or a Dimorphodon is if you got like 1 bullet left after killing a dinosaur. You don't have enough ammo to go after another one. You just want to shoot them down for another point. Fair enough. I just don't think they're not worth going after, in my opinion. That's why I'm going to put them in F tier. Gallimimus, I'm going to put Gallimimus in D. I don't think he's as good as the Dimetron. The Dimetron is easy to kill, and it's nice and easy and fun. The Gallimimus is a little bit trickier because it will run away, although none of them are really that fast. Gallimimus will not give you any points. The Mozchops, Dimetron, and Gallimimus don't give any points at all. And then the Dimorphodon and Pteranodon give you 1 point. It's just fine. The Gallimimus is just fine. There's nothing really bad about it. It's just what it is. Just one of those overworld dinosaurs. Nothing too special about it. Next up is the Gigantoraptor. The Gigantoraptor I'm going to put in. Ooh, this is an interesting one for me. I think I'm going to throw it in B. I'm going to put Gigantoraptor in B. I really enjoy hunting the Gigantoraptor. It's really nice because it's a lot of points. For one, it's not too difficult to kill, although if you're trying to get it up close, that's a problem. Best solution to kill one of these is take a sniper rifle. It's only 2 shots, death, or revolver. I think it's only 2 shots. So revolver or sniper rifle, but for a revolver, you have to be close. Sniper rifle, you should probably be far away. Any of the other weapons, you're going to have a hard time killing him. So it's only for the elite. But very enjoyable to hunt, and it's pretty scary, which some of the scarier ones are cooler, in my opinion. That's why the Carnotaurus ranks so low, because it's not really scary to me. Next up is going to be the Iguanadon. The Iguanodon I'm also going to throw in B tier. It's a pretty enjoyable one to kill. It is one of the 2 herbivores in the game that will kill you. The Iguanodon will kill you. So watch out. It snorts like a freaking pig. It goes, what? The Iguanodon. So you know, watch out for him. But pretty easy to kill. It does take it is pretty bulky. The Iguanodon is pretty bulky. It's going to take a hefty amount of ammo to kill him. So, but I find the meaty ones to be very enjoyable to kill. That's kind of like the Chasmosaurus, but I think I prefer the Iguanodon over the Chasmosaurus, to be honest with you. Though the Chasmosaurus is the OG. Next up is the Oviraptor. I'm going to throw the Oviraptor also in D. I really do not enjoy the Oviraptor at all. One, it's a small target, which I don't like. I prefer the big targets. I don't care if they take a lot to kill. I prefer the big targets. They're just easier and more enjoyable for me and more scary. The Oviraptor is scary, but it's too scary, if that makes any sense. I know I just said they're like, scary and whatnot, but it'll just pop out of nowhere and kill you, and that's not really fun to me. I want to be able to kill them, and there's really no way to. A revolver will probably one-shot it, but man, they just run around and they sound very annoying. They're just very annoying to go after. That's why I don't like the Oviraptor at all. Um, I think most of the two-footed raptor type dinosaurs in this game are pretty bad. Most of them are pretty annoying. Next up is going to be the Pachycephalosaurus. Pachycephalosaurus, I'm going to put him in. I'm going to put him in C. Okay. Now, he's an herbivore, early game, and there's really no reason you should be able to hunt him. I think he's just fine for what he is, but he gives a lot of points for being there, and I think you can one-shot him with a shotgun, which is really nice. He's some pretty good free points, in my opinion. You can just shoot him with one gun and kill him in one shot, pretty much, if you hit him in the head. So that's very good, and he won't kill you. You just got to make sure he's pretty fast, though, so if you miss, whatever. But make sure that you know, he's easily one-shottable. That's why I enjoy him. Next up is going to be the Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus is probably the one that everybody knows the best from this game because it is the first one you unlock. And at the start of the game, the only gun that you have access to is the pistol, which, is a really bad weapon. Yet you can't one-shot anything with it. So you get the Parasaurolophus and the Allosaurus. I'm going to throw the Parasaurolophus in D tier, and it is very annoying to kill. And you know what? When you shoot the Parasaurolophus one time, it's going to run 50 miles an hour the other way. So if you shoot it with a pistol, good luck killing this thing. I don't know why they give us this as our first dinosaur to kill in the game because you can't kill it. You can't kill an Allosaurus or a Parasaurolophus with a pistol. It takes you so many shots to kill this thing. And by the time you get a good aim on it, it's going to run away from you. And you're going to have to chase it. It's so annoying. I don't know why they put it at the beginning of the game. It's not fun to kill either. It barely gives you any points. It's just a really bad first pick. I don't know why they didn't pick something like the Stegosaurus or the Chasmosaurus to be our first dinosaur instead of the Parasaurolophus. It's just not. It's very mediocre, extremely mediocre in terms of not starting the game. But when you're first starting the game, the beginners want to have something easy to kill, because you're starting out the game, not something that's just going to run away from us. Now, Parasaurolophus cannot kill you because it is an herbivore after all, but it's still freaking annoying when they're running away. It's what I hate about the herbivores. They just run away from you. It's like, dude, come here. I want to kill you. But he's like, he's like, nope, and he just runs away. And it takes so many shots with a pistol to kill him. Now, the more advanced guns, you can probably one-shot it. But why would you even be hunting a Parasaurolophus if you have advanced guns anyway? There's no point in hunting it because it's got, it gives you nothing. It's just an early game dinosaur. It's always. That's why I don't like it. So it's going to go in D tier. Sorry about the rant there. Whew, I don't like the Parasaurolophus, guys. Next up is going to be the Spinosaurus. Now, the Spinosaurus, in my opinion, is very awesome. I love the Spinosaurus. I'm going to put the Spinosaurus also in S tier, right along with the Tyrannosaurus and Moschops. Now, Moschops just because it's hilarious. But the Spinosaurus and Tyrannosaurus, the Spinosaurus is also in the survival mode. It's very nice to kill. It's a big meaty dinosaur. For those of you that remember when the game first came out, the Spinosaurus was rather small in the game. Then they did an update years later, making it bigger because the Spinosaurus in real life was actually a big dinosaur. So they made it bigger, and I prefer it bigger, and I'm glad it's bigger right now. It's very large, one of the largest in the game. Very satisfying to kill, and it keeps you on your toes because it's kind of hard sometimes, but it's not too hard to kill. It's enjoyable to hunt them down. I enjoy hunting Spinosaurus, and it's one of the dinosaurs in the game that is the easiest to clear map with because when you spawn, they're one of the rarer ones in the game. You hunt Spinosaurus. There's only like 5 in the entire map, which is kind of crazy. And you'll often find these roaming around, and that's always a nice prize. Although it doesn't give you as much points when they're roaming, but roaming dinosaurs are always fun. And the Spinosaurus, I think, is one of the biggest ones that you can find out there. Because I don't think you can find Tyrannosaurus roaming. I think Spinosaurus you can. I know you can, Spinosaurus, and it's one of the better ones like that. Next up is going to be the Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus I'm going to throw... Ooh. It's a good one. Put him in A. I'm going to put Stegosaurus in A. I really enjoy... No, he's not going to be an A. He's going to be a... Ooh, it's tough for me. I'm kind of debating on A and B here. I think we're going to put him in... I don't think he's as good as our Amargasaurus. We're gonna put him in A. I do think he is as good because I think he's better than these three here. So Stegosaurus, just like Amargasaurus, it's very slow, so it's not really gonna run away from you. It takes a hefty amount of shots to kill it. Gives you a good amount of points for a very early game dinosaur. It's one of the first ones you unlock in the game, and it's just enjoyable to kill this big meaty things, big meaty target. You know, the Expo, you know, just drills into them and when they kill. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. I love hunting the Stegosaurus. Always have. Next up is the T-Rex. Now the T-Rex is an interesting story because I think we have to put the T-Rex in S. I don't think the T-Rex can't not be an S tier. Now, I know I have a lot of S tiers. Probably in the comments, you guys can point, oh, you get so many S tiers. Well, there's some good dinosaurs in this game. These ones here are way better than any of the other ones. A lot of the dinosaurs in this game, in my opinion, are really mediocre, and I don't really think they stand out among the rest. These four really do to me. So, T-Rex, the only way you can kill him is shooting him in the eye. It's so satisfying when you do. Always a fun time hunting the T-Rex. I think everybody can relate to me on that one. Everybody loves a T-Rex, one of the most recognizable dinosaurs to ever live, to ever walk the earth. T-Rex is very fun to kill. Troodon, on the other hand, freaking sucks. We're going to throw Troodon in D. The Troodon goes in D for the same reasons as the Oviraptor because, again, it's just going to pop out of nowhere, and it's really fast, and it's hard to kill. It's a small target. I do not like the Troodon at all. I would never hunt the Oviraptor and Troodon. I never hunt them just because they don't stand out me enough. If I'm gonna hunt a two-legged dinosaur, I'm gonna hunt the Allosaurus. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna hunt a little raptor like that. The Utahraptor I do enjoy. I'm gonna put the Utahraptor in an A tier as well. I think the Utahraptor is better than these three here. Because it just looks more menacing. The Gigantoraptor is fun, but I don't think it's that menacing looking. It's big, sure, but I don't think it's that menacing. Unlike the Utahraptor, looks very scary. I love the Utahraptor. Now it's going to be in the same levels as Amargasaurus. I'd say it's the best in A tier, so I'm going to move it to the front of A tier because I do think it's the best of there. Now these are not really in a particular order. It's going to be right here. The last dinosaur on the list, last but not least, is the Velociraptor. Velociraptor is, I think, another one of those. Ooh, it's going to be C or B. We'll put him in a C. I'm going to put Velociraptor at a C just because it's kind of a small target. Hunting, it's not as fun, and it's one of the worst ones in the survive mode, but it does hold nostalgic value to me. I think I like the Allosaurus more in the Iguanadon Gigantoraptor, so I think it's more on the levels of Chasmosaurus, Brachiosaurus. Velociraptor, it's better than the Troodon and Oviraptor, but the Oviraptor, Troodon, Velociraptor, and Allosaurus and Utahraptor are pretty much the same in the way that they move. The Allosaurus and Utahraptor are the two best ones in my opinion. I could maybe hunt Velociraptor sometimes, but I don't think it's as menacing as it should be. I think a Velociraptor should be, first of all, not that color. This thing looks more like a Velociraptor than an Allosaurus, in my opinion. So I don't really know. They pick weird colorizations with this game. But that's the final rankings. We're going to go through the rankings, and then we will wrap this up with the rankings, and we're going to review them. So, S tier, we have the Tyrannosaurus, Mozchops, Allosaurus, and T-Rex. Those are the top tier, the best ones in the game, in my opinion. A tier, we have the Utahraptor, Amargasaurus, and Stegosaurus. B tier, we have the Allosaurus, Gigantoraptor, and Iguanadon. C tier, we have the Chasmosaurus, Dimetron, Pachycephalosaurus, and Velociraptor. D tier, we have the Ankylosaurus, Carnotaurus, Gallimimus, Oviraptor, Parasaurolophus, and Troodon. Then in the F tier, we have Brachiosaurus, Coelophysis, Dimorphodon, and Pteranodon. All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up the Carnivores tier list. Make sure if we get this video to 30 likes, I will do the Ice Age tier list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you want to see more Carnivores videos from me, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe because I will make more of these if you guys want to see them. So be sure to let me know in the comments who your favorite dinosaur in Carnivores Dinosaur Hunter is. And with that, see you guys. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Wow.